Aegislash is one of the strongest characters in the game, maybe the best. This is because it completely dominates mid-range and has low risk, very high reward options point blank. You either have to keep it at full screen or rush it down. Trying to outflitzy it isn't really going to happen. Let's cover how to deal with its most obnoxious moves. The first thing to pay attention to against Aegislash is if it is enhanced or not. When it has any stat buff, it has access to moves with better frame data, but graphically it starts to glow. When it is dull, several of its moves that were really good before can be punished. Enhanced forward Y is Aegislash's best field phase move, -8 on block, and it has an extremely high hitbox that goes very, very far. This must be sidewalk to punish, and also you have to wait till it passes by you to use your attack. Remember that unenhanced, this move is -24 on block, but the animation when you block it is kind of subtle, so focus on if it was enhanced or not before it even started up. Side Y is a really annoying lunge that can be cancelled into a dash for a grab or into specials like Iron Head. Ideally, you just want to be either too far from Aegislash for this to be an actual mix-up or close enough so that it does not have time to throw this out. Aegislash has one of the best homing attacks in the game, which is tied for the fastest speed. It also can cancel into Fury Cutter. When you see Aegislash start to home at you, either start charging counter or neutral Y to keep it out. When Aegislash goes into Fury Cutter, it can mix between ending in A or X. The X ender pierces and doesn't combo from the previous hits, but it is safe on block. It does a pause in the air before coming down. The A ender is -12 on block. Neither X or A are true block strings after the first two hits. But in order to consistently punish this move after blocking the first two hits, use extended state, then perfect block. What you're really trying to do is time you releasing the button, releasing R, right when Aegislash is doing that last slash. So right after you block the two hits, that's when you want to release R. And then once you would be blocking that third hit right there with all the purple, the 5 AAA, that's when you would homing cancel really quickly. So let's see if we can demonstrate this. Do a perfect block, and then you'll be able to punish that even though it's -8. And if I'm letting go long enough, then, right, exactly. I'll be able to auto block that. But still perfect block that. So just get used to the time, you gotta practice it. Perfect block. Oh, an extended stay helped me out right there. So I actually do thank Twixie for that. It's a very practical application of that. And hopefully this stick cam actually came in handy. So that's the exact time that you need to be able to use a defensive option select to deal with the different variations of Fury Cutter. King's Shield has armor starting frame 5 and it gains invincibility if it successfully absorbs an attack. Some characters can bait it into missing its timing, such as Shadow Mewtwo with its side Y to Miracle Eye cancel. But most characters just have to not throw non-piercing projectiles at a range where it can react that quickly. Aegislash forward R is a parry against physical attacks from 1 to 11. To properly melee this character, it's best to outright use a counter-piercing move, or some sort of a meaty projectile. Homing and forward Y are the main moves to be concerned with up close in field phase. If you can get frame advantage against it when it is unenhanced, that's your biggest opportunity. In shield form, Aegislash is going to be throwing out a few specific moves. Remember that Aegislash can be grabbed or pierced in shield form, but during its attacks, it will beat out grabs. Shield form forward Y is -24 on block, but it recovers in armor, making it safe when done from not very far out. Ideally, camp out next to Aegislash to get close enough to punish its shield form moves with a grab, but don't commit until it does. Remember that Aegislash cannot grab you in shield, so it can't actually mix you up. Shield form forward A, Flash Cannon, recovers in sword, so you can punish this move normally. -24 on block, and it pierces. Also, if you preemptively jump over this move, you can hit it coming down since it will be transitioning in a recovery animation. Shield form side Y and back Y can only be punished point blank as they recover in armor unless the opponent decides to transition out. Shield form back Y makes jumping very risky, so try to stay on the ground when it's in shield form. Just get kind of close up to it to make it come out of its shield form. Aegislash's 6X is extremely long reaching, and at the very tip, it's safe because of the distance. If you block any closer, it is punishable because it is -16. The hurt box also makes this tough to whiff punish. If you have a speed buff, Aegislash will try to use Gyro Ball on you on occasion, which is 0 on block. This move is -4 normally and -8 if you have a speed debuff. Just know that this does not pierce. This is Blaziken specific, but if Aegislash transitions too often, it leaves itself susceptible to eating full screen Flare Blitz, which counter pierces. Enhanced 4Y is Aegislash's best move in Dual Phase. It is 11 frame startup, true mid, and -4 on block. One of the main ways to deal with this is to stay a bit outside of its range until you see Aegislash's stat buff blinking. Then you can go in. It doesn't do much damage grounded, and when it's unenhanced, the move is -16 on block. Certain evasive moves like Reflect, Ghost Backdashes, Machamp JX can circumvent this move if it is being used repeatedly. Also, if you have an 11 frame move, you can use it after Aegislash blocks to interrupt this. Aegislash's counterattack leaves it in shield form, but there is not a guaranteed way to punish it on block since it can stay armored to auto parry and attack or go into a move of its own to beat grab. Ideally, don't be in range of this move in neutral, or treat it like other counterattacks when pressuring. If the opponent is charging Iron Head in neutral, it can be anti-aired, otherwise jumping is a decent choice. Blocking it isn't the worst thing in the world, but then Aegislash is plus on block with a strong grab and an 11 frame mid that launches versus aerial opponents and on critical hit. Aegislash will often follow up charged Iron Head into a shield form transition and then Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword is -12 on block, so it is punishable, even critical hit punishable with a grab point blank. Charged Iron Head into Sacred Sword is sort of a knowledge check. The way this works is if you block the Iron Head and then you block the immediate Sacred Sword after the shield form, then all of this is a true block string and you cannot grab it immediately. None of the characters in the game are going to be close enough to actually grab it. If you're blocking Sacred Sword raw, close up, you're going to be able to grab it. Now, if you block the Iron Head into Sacred Sword, some characters have normals that can reach far enough to actually punish. So it is character specific, you just need a long reaching fast move. Aegislash shield form functions pretty much the same here as in field phase, so there's not too much difference here. Remember that in shield form, Aegislash has a beam burst attack, so even full screen you can get hit. Otherwise, you can whiff punish the other super, though timing its character is specific. Oftentimes, if you're out of range, you can just jump over it to punish. Aegislash is good. You need to play some strong practitioners of the character and deal with getting dash grabbied a lot to really get a feel for neutral. Next caller.